Hey guys, it's your girl, Rachel Rod Savage. And today, while I smoke a blunt, and hopefully y'all are too, we're gonna talk about some drugs. Okay? Because in the last video, when I decided to keep my fucking job, I was talking about how I was supposed to go on a trip today. And that is happening very soon. I just want to shower, touch up my makeup because I'm a gross piece of shit. And this is literally my same makeup as yesterday. I didn't shower. I'm literally just a gross fuck. But yeah, so we're going to talk about drugs today. And we're going to talk, the first one that we're going to talk about that is like my absolute favorite one is LSD, acid, Lucy, all that. All right, yeah, it's mainly gonna be talking about like psychedelics and shit like that. All right, so acid. Everybody has their way of looking at it. You feel me? Like before I ever tripped, I had my own view of it. Everybody has their own view. Like I remember being younger, like I'm talking like 14, 15. I always wanted to try it. I was like, I know I'm definitely going to drop it at one point. Like I'm definitely going to try it. But I just didn't really know what it was. I was a little like nervous, like skeptical about it and shit. And then I finally did it when I was 18 with like the right people and in the right setting, and my life has changed many times, but that was one of the biggest things was I was never the same after that experience that I had. So with LSD, there's like this big thing where everybody thinks that you see like that you hallucinate and that you see shit that's not there. It's not even like that. Literally, everything that's in front of you is gonna stay in front of you, but there's just gonna be patterns on everything and things just kind of like moving and like you see this like this I have. If you were tripping or whatever, like the accent, like the design, it's gonna look like it's like moving a little bit. Like it's not even crazy. It's stuff like that, and all of your senses are very heightened. Like you want to be like touching everything. Everything just feels nice to the touch. Like I don't know so much about like taste and shit, but your hearing, your sight, I'm telling you, like usually when you trip or whatever, it's just like when, all right, let's start with the basics, all right? Basically, it looks like paper, all right? And they're gonna come, well, it depends how many you're getting, but it's usually just a hit, it's just a small little baby tap, okay? And me, like I said, I've gone off the border with this shit. Like, I've eaten, like, strips of it before, and it's fine. Like, it's totally fine. That's why I said I needed to take a break. I was losing touch with reality. But fucking, yeah, so you take it. And now, as soon as it hits like your tongue, it's already in your system. After 10 seconds, it's already too late. You can't take it back. So if you want to swallow your tap, if you want to spit it out, if you want to just leave it floating in your mouth, whatever the fuck you want to do, you could do that. And so, and now it usually takes like roughly like an hour, but usually like you'll just slowly start feeling things. Like I get like this like little like sensation in my stomach like after like a half an hour or so. And then you're gonna notice you can't stop smiling and looking at everything. And like if you either trip by yourself or if you trip with other people, when you trip with other people, sometimes I feel like the trip starts faster because everybody's just like they start looking at each other and they start laughing. I call that the smileys. Is like when you just can't stop smiling, you can't stop laughing, you're just like it's the beginning of the trip before it starts. It's just that good part, you know what I'm saying? That's the calm before the storm or after the storm. Wait, never mind, scratch that whole phrase, okay? So then after an hour goes by, everything's gonna start, you're gonna start seeing, not seeing shit, but it's gonna be like I said before, like different patterns are gonna start just like shifting. Your ceiling's gonna start being like, whoa, like sometimes the even just the air, it's just crazy. And like I recommend going outside. I mean, like even when you are tripping, you're gonna want to go outside regardless of any weather, honestly. So yeah. And then Now, usually a trip lasts from 8 to 12 hours. So, when like the first 3 or 4 hours, that's like going to be the hardest you're going to trip for the rest of it. You feel me? And now there's a thing called a peak, and a peak is when you're at the most craziest part of your trip. You feel me? Like those like first like 2.5 hours or whatever, that's like you just skyrocketing. That's just everything building up. And then like that like 2.5 third hour, that's when you're usually gonna hit your peak. And that's when it's gonna be all insane for a good half an hour or so. And then after that, it's just gonna slowly come in waves and just calm down. Just keep coming in waves and coming in waves and like, and it's just gonna be like that until the end of it, whether you decide to go to sleep or if you're still up. Like after you trip or whatever, there's a thing called an afterglow or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool, yo. But it can get scary. Like I have had bad trips before, and I've tripped like hundreds of times, and I've only had like a handful of bad trips or whatever. So they do exist. They're not fun. They're terrifying. You could lose your sanity. So if you're gonna trip, this is what you want. First off, you want to stay hydrated. You want to drink a lot of water, a lot of fluids, because you're gonna forget to drink. And like usually you don't really eat when you're tripping, like maybe here and there, like towards the end of it. But I usually don't really be eating when I'm tripping. And yeah, you definitely want to stay hydrated. If you're going outside on like a hike, just be safe. If you're staying inside, obviously same thing, just be safe. Don't freak out. That's like the biggest thing, because like I sometimes like I start freaking out too, and I'm just like, oh, wait a second, I want this to stop, and it's not gonna stop. Like, so one thing that I was taught was just like, it wasn't even that I was taught, I just watched it happen when someone, like when a close friend of mine was like going into a bad trip or whatever. Actually, it was I don't even want to talk about it. It wasn't even like he was going to a bad trip. It was just like my ex or whatever. He was just tripping the fuck out. And his friend at the time or whatever, he's like this older dude or whatever, and he just grabs him by the shoulders, and he's just like he's just said to me, it was just like if you start tripping, just stop tripping. Like just like if you feel like you're freaking out, just stop, take a breath, drink some water, breathe. You're fine. You're literally just fine. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Now, sit is not for everybody. Sit is not for everybody. You want to have a clear head, an open mind. You want to be in a good setting. You want to be content. You want to be happy. If you do not have a good mindset, if you are not around good people, if you are not around good energy, you could possibly go into a bad trip. If you are not hydrated, you could possibly go into a bad trip. Like, that's why it's just like psychedelics are different, because it's like not just your body, it's your head. Like your head's like that's the biggest thing with it. You feel me? So if you are not in tune with yourself and you are not comfortable with yourself, I don't recommend it until you are. That's coming from somebody with like a lot of experience with it. So, but Sid, Acid, Lucy, I would definitely give it a go. I would definitely try it. If you have any questions, comment, because like that's what I'm saying. There's gonna be a lot of videos about psychedelics, because like that shit changed my whole life and really opened my mind to a lot of things and changed my whole life for the complete fucking better. And shrooms, I have done shrooms before, a couple times. I don't really like it as much. They're all right. But if you want a not like a lesser high, but like a less intense type high, you feel me? Definitely go with shrooms. Like because with like acid or whatever, everything is so fucking heightened. It's just like you're not that you don't want to be around people, because me, I can be around anybody when I'm tripping or whatever, but it's just like I don't know, like shrooms are just different. They're just really different. I mean, I don't know. If you want to, if you, like that's what I'm saying, if you want to try Sid, but you're nervous, I would do shrooms first, is what I'm saying. Like, that's like, and plus it's more natural, and it's, yeah, like definitely try shrooms first. Like, I've only had a couple trips off them, and I didn't really care for it that much, but that's just my opinion. Some people love that shit. Like, I have like close friends of me who love them, you feel me? And I'm just like, word, that's what's up. I just never get in tune with it. And yeah, it's fine. It's literally fine. Maybe it's just not for me. Like I said, like not everything is just for everybody. And I said I was gonna talk about more drugs and just started talking about fucking acid the whole time. But before we go, we'll do a fun little fact about me. I said before that my dance name is Lucy, and that's because the nickname for acid is Lucy. So like when you like hit people up for it or whatever, or if you're looking for it, you're like, "Have you seen Lucy?" and stuff like that. Like it's just cute, and I was just like, "That's gonna be my dance name," and then it was. So yeah. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy another day quarantined, and I will be vlogging my trip today and try and get it up. I don't know if I'm gonna get it up tonight, to be honest with you, but tomorrow, yeah, I'll definitely get it up there. All right, bye guys. Thanks for watching.